Welcome back to another AB video. Today we talk about the Rocket and the Lions. NHL news following the preview of the game number 2 of the Stanley Cup Final 2025. Montreal Canadiens news, and I want to give you another rumor about the Montreal Canadiens. First of all, the Lions return on the ice for game number 4 of the Kelly Cup and East Coast Hockey League. Trois-Rivières lead the series 2-1 after a big W 2 days ago by the score 3-2. We'll see what the Lions going to do tonight. It would be huge if they can win tonight, take the lead 3-1. It was the exit for the players and the head coach Pascal Vincent with the Laval Rocket yesterday media day. Pascal Vincent rumors about the fact he could leave the team to be an assistant coach in NHL with the New York Islanders or the Tampa Bay Lightning. Vincent's going to take his own decision the next couple of weeks if it's better for him to stay with the Laval Rocket as a head coach or to move up in NHL as an assistant coach. Other players for the Laval Rocket talk about the season overall. David Rebacker talk about his inflammation on the right knee during the playoff. Not a concern, but he need to pay attention about this. Following by Logan Mailloux talk about the fact the next training camp will be very important for them at the Montreal Canadiens camp during the month of September and October. Then other players like Gignac announced possible quit the Laval Rocket to play in Europe for the upcoming season. Dauphin, Waterspoon, Trudeau, Simoneau, the veteran player of the Laval Rocket, talk about overall of the season with the team. Finally, from my point of view, it was an excellent season overall for the Laval Rocket. Whatsoever, they got sweep at the end in the playoff by the Charlotte Shakers. Many full games on the playoff. Great development for different players like Florent Jacquet, Owen Beck, Sean Farrell, Owen Beck, Jared Davidson. I think Montreal Canadiens prospect could become one day play in NHL with the Montreal Canadiens or other team in NHL. And I forgot one player here. It's Adam Ekstrom. I think he's underrated. His name is never mentioned behind Rebacker and Mailloux. Ekstrom, for me, he was the best defenseman during the playoff of 2024-2025. It was his first year in North America. And I think at some point, Ekstrom will become a player in NHL. That's what we got for the Laval Rocket. Now, let's go back for my second news of the day. It's about the NHL news. We don't have zero signature in NHL by any team yesterday, but we have a news for the Boston Bruins. They announced that they hired Marcus Sturm, the 30th head coach and the history of the Boston Bruins for the upcoming season. Sturm take the spot of Joe Sacco, was interim when they fired Jim Montgomery last season by the general manager Don Sweeney. Sweeney and Neely are really excited to get Marcus Sturm behind the bench for a couple of years with the Boston Bruins. But the big news for me is about the winner of the Bill Mastodon is Sean Monahan from the Columbus Blue Jackets. We know what he did for the family Goudreau when this happening for Johnny last year. I suggest you to watching the video between Meredith Goudreau at Sean Monahan's house, the way she present the trophy and the way she talk about Sean Monahan. Really, really great video by the NHL. And they announced the winner of the Calder Trophy next Thursday is similar at the reaction of Sean Monahan. So we'll see what happening. Is it possible Lane Hudson become that winner? If it's happening, we'll definitely make some great video about Lane Hudson, the winner of the Calder Trophy in the season 24-25. We have to wait next Thursday. Now, it's time to talk about the Stanley Cup because they return on the ice tonight for the game number 2 between the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers. Oilers lead the series 1-0 after a huge big win by the Oilers by the score 4-3 on overtime with the game-winning goal of Leon Draisaitl. It was his third overtime goal this season in the playoff. Sam Bennett scored 2 goals for the Florida Panthers. Is 11-12 of the playoff, and that's the new record for the Panthers history. Then we have Ekholm join the Oilers the last 2 games. It helped the Oilers to play better on defensive side of the game, but he tied the game to push this game to go in overtime and to give an opportunity for the Oilers to win that game. That's happening. And finally, Edmonton Oilers outshot the Panthers 24-8 during the third period and overtime by the win of the Oilers. Unfortunately for the Florida Panthers, the streak of 31 games stopped when they lead at the beginning of the third period in the playoff. Unbelievable streak by the Florida Panthers, but unfortunately that streak is over. Preview game number 2, we'll see if the Panthers are going to bounce back from the game number 1, or the Oilers are going to surprise the Panthers and take the lead 2-0. This is a game you cannot miss here at the channel because we do the play-by-play of the game number 2 of the Stanley Cup Final 2025. Now, the next news is about the Montreal Canadiens, and we don't have a lot, to be honest with you. But I just want to remind you, the Montreal Canadiens are still at the NHL Combine until tomorrow. And the last 2 days of this Combine is about testing the max VO2 and then testing performance participant players going to be affected tomorrow. We're going to give you some result of those testing. Montreal Canadiens continues to make some interview during the Combine. After they met Color Bear, Justin Carbonneau, it was Caleb Desnoyers dinner with the team. Then they met other players. Of course, for me, I still believe Montreal are targeting Color Bear, Lyndon Lakovic, Justin Carbonneau, Edgerton if he's available, or Jackson Smith as the defenseman. They are my 5 players for the pick number 16, number 17. And then the last 24 to 48 hours, you hear about the fact Mike Mason would love to get an extension contract with the Montreal Canadiens. In my opinion, is on the fifth. In my opinion, I feel Montreal Canadiens could offer him a 3-year deal at $5 million per season AAV. Madison played over 25 minutes in the last 2 seasons with the Montreal Canadiens. I think he did very good for the Montreal Canadiens. Fans does not like him. They believe they play too many minutes, or they believe he make too many mistakes. At the end of the day, Madison play a diminished role inside the Montreal Canadiens for the next couple of years. Would be a good thing for the Montreal Canadiens to have his experience, to have his leadership, also his maturity as a player, and to have a player like him and the young defensive core for the Montreal Canadiens is just a plus overall. Mike Mason, born in Montreal, love to be in Montreal, love to play for the Montreal Canadiens. This is just a situation to know the deal between both parties. Don't be surprised Mike Mason see when Montreal Canadiens he can start his negotiation after July 1st because he's going to be on his final year contract in NHL with the Montreal Canadiens. Finally, my Habs rumor. And my Habs rumor today, guys, it's not like a rumor like the people mentioned on the media. It's more coming from me. I want to talk about the NHL Draft 2025 in NHL. Montreal Canadiens have a total of 7 picks in the first 3 rounds. Pick number 16, pick number 17. They could move up if they are really targeting one specific players, and they could jumping from 16 between 10 to 14. I don't know what it would be the package deal, but I expect Montreal could do that action to helping them to targeting one players. They could repeat the same situation with their pick 41 and 49 to jumping around 36 to 38 to targeting one specific players, and they could repeat again for the pick 79, 81, or 82, do a kind of package deal for maybe 2 picks, jumping between 72 and 75 if they're targeting again another specific players. I don't think Montreal are going to select 12. I expect more of them to select between 9 to 10 new players for the Montreal Canadiens organization during the NHL Draft 2025. And of course, there are other option package deal they can do. I really believe they're going to move up during the NHL Draft 2025. Honestly, Kent Hughes is going to take those kind of decisions. But this is my rumor for the Montreal Canadiens for the upcoming NHL Draft 2025. Until the next time, my friend, remember, you have greatness inside of you. We wish you an amazing, great, blessing day and weekend. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, click on the like, become a member of the Hockey Nation Live Show. We bring you every day news about the Montreal Canadiens or NHL.